But first of all, congratulations on the show, Eric. Very well deserved. You're a terrific host, as usual. But listen, what's going on at our border is highly unusual. And it's all because of the Biden administration's policy of letting anybody come across the border, including those who are testing positive for COVID-19. The executive order today stems from action that was reported yesterday in La Jolla, Texas, where it was learned that there were migrants that the Border Patrol had released into the city of La Jolla, and they were found at a Whataburger in La Jolla having COVID-19. And pieces of the puzzle were put together, and we have since learned there is a perhaps large number of migrants who have been released into La Jolla, into the Rio Grande Valley, and perhaps into other regions of the state of Texas. And so I issued an executive order to empower law enforcement in the state of Texas to prevent the release and the movement around these regions of migrants who could be importing COVID-19 into the state of Texas. This is a deadly, dangerous situation with the Delta variant, and we need to make sure that we are limiting the catch and release policies of the Biden administration.
You know, Governor, I think you're doing the whole country of America a favor, because it's not only when you catch these people breaking the law coming across the border, the Biden administration is now not just disseminating them through the state of Texas. These people are ending up in different communities around the whole country. So what you're doing is you're stopping COVID really from being transmitted throughout our big cities around the country, right?
Well, it's a fact, because as you have seen and your audience has seen, a lot of these migrants who come across the border illegally, they're placed upon either buses or airplanes or other transportation means, and they are placed across the entire country. And so maybe for a lot of people, they used to think this was an issue that occurred only at the border. This is something that's impacting states across the entire country, cities large and small across the United States. And Texas is stepping up using a full deployment of Texas Department of Public Safety officers as well as National Guard to, for one, try to address now this public health safety crisis caused by the Biden administration. And it seems like President Biden simply is ignoring the reality of what's taking place on the ground. He seems to have his head in the sand as it concerns the COVID spread and the Delta variant that's being imported across our border. Just remember this last fact real quick, Eric, and that is, as you know, we have a high number of people vaccinated, both in Texas and the United States, but the people coming across the border are coming from about 150 different countries across the globe and traveling through Mexico, all of which have a lower vaccination rate than what we have in Texas or the United States, and that exposes people in our country. I
have to assume that people coming across the border aren't wearing masks, and the way that the Biden administration is going, they're not requiring them to wear the mask. Everyone else has to, but if you're an illegal immigrant coming across, you don't have to wear a mask. Very quickly, about 30 seconds or so, Kamala Harris, Vice President Kamala Harris is the immigration czar, border czar. Give us a comment that we can send to her and say, Governor Abbott says this, what you should be doing in Texas.
Well, first, what she's done is disgraceful. She's been vice president for about 6 months now, and she visited El Paso once, where they're not really having the same challenges that we see in the Rio Grande Valley. The vice president and the president and the Biden administration as a whole, they need to respond. Texans are getting angry. Texans feel like the Biden administration has turned his back on them and their health and their safety, and we expect them to seal the border, to put back into place the standards that the Trump administration had in place that was effective in reducing the number of people coming across the border.
Governor, we're going to say thank you. I just had a thought. Why don't we call the border a super spreader event? Maybe they'd get their attention then. Governor, thank you so much for your time.
You're exactly right. Thank you, Eric.
Governor Greg Abbott.
Hi, Emma Reckenberg here. If you like this video, there's a whole lot more to see on Newsmax TV. You can watch for free right here on our YouTube live stream and be the first one here each time our experts break down real news. Just hit that subscribe button, ring the bell icon, and stay with us on America's fastest growing cable news channel, Newsmax TV.